Hi there family, welcome to part 9 of our how-to video. In this section, I'm going to be showing you how you can use our setup as well as OBS Studio and VideoSom to pre-record messages. Now this setup can be used to pre-record in two different ways. The first one is to pre-record certain parts of your service. So for instance, your church news or your tithes and offerings message, and then you can play it back. Or alternatively, you can even use this method to pre-record your entire church service. And at the end of the section, I will show you how to take your pre-recorded video and live stream it to Facebook so that even though it's pre-recorded, it will appear as if you are going live for the video. So if you look on the screen right now, you can see the setup that we've got here in the Christ's Heartbeat office. We've made use of the various pieces of equipment that we've used in this tutorial. On the left and the right, you can see we've got two ring lights set up, and in the center there, we've got our Hikvision webcam. Now this is the lighting and the camera setup that we've got set up for this system, and then for the audio we've got everything linked up to our sound desk over there, and I will be using the cordless lapel microphone that's sitting on the desk over there to record the audio to our sound desk, which is connected up to the computer as well as the webcam, and then we will be using OBS Studio to record everything while I'm speaking. Now as you can see on the screen, we've got the green screen set up there, and what we're going to do in OBS is I'm actually going to show you how you can change that green screen and add a virtual background to your videos. Okay family, so you've just seen the setup that we're going to be using to pre-record our video, and that is similar to what we learned in part 1 of this how-to video, where we discussed the lights, the camera, and how to connect the sound. So we're going to be using that setup, and that setup is linked up to our computer for our video and our audio, and we're going to be using VideoSom to bring in the video from the camera, and we're going to be using OBS Studio to capture the video from VideoSom as well as to capture our audio and then record it to our computer. So we're also going to be using VideoSom to display the various elements that we need to display for our pre-recorded video. As you can see over here, I've got a little church news video that I got for free off of the internet, and then I've got a couple of different graphics that I'm going to be displaying as I'm going to be sharing church news. The video that you're going to see, the video that we're going to be producing now, is the church news video that you saw in the previous section of this video with the live demonstration. The church news that you saw there is what we're recording now. So we're going to use the two programs to pre-record our video, and then obviously once the video is recorded, when we want to play it back in our church service, like for church news, we simply import it into the VideoSom agenda and play it back at the appropriate time. Now, the method that we're using can also literally be used to record your entire church service. And then at a later stage in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use OBS Studio to play back that video to Facebook to run that pre-recorded video as a live thing. But for now, we're just going to discuss how we can record everything, set everything up, and run this for church news. So as you can see, we've got our agenda over here. We've got our video capture coming in from our video camera. If I deactivate presentation mode, you can see over here, we've got our video feed. If I reactivate it, we're going to go over now to OBS Studio, where you can see the video is being captured because it's capturing our second screen or our projector from VideoSom. So for this video, I've chosen to make use of a green screen background, just as a little something extra to show you guys this is really cool. So using OBS Studio, if you choose to make use of a green screen, you can actually get rid of that green screen in OBS and add your background image. So as you can see in OBS Studio, we've got the same setup that we would for our live stream. We've basically got our video and our audio capture. So now for the green screen, all we need to do is right click on the display capture, go to filters, add a filter, and add the chroma key filter. And generally speaking, when it's set up on auto, it'll do it. And you can see here that it's now removed the background, and you can see it's removed the background here. Now, obviously, if you don't have a green screen, it's not necessary to do this. I'm just showing you this as some cool extra information. So if you've done this now we need to add our background. So we're going to go plus, and you must choose if you want it to be an image or a video. For me, I'm going to go for an image, and I'm going to choose the Christ's Heartbeat logo, and I'm going to import it. Now you can see it's a little bit too big, so we simply just click the corner and drag it to resize it to fit the frame. Now you can see that the picture is appearing over me, and that's not a problem. It's easy to fix. It's just a layer order thing. So if you look here, the image is at the top. What we need to do is we need to drag our background under display capture. Now you can see I appear over the graphic, and now we've effectively got a green screen. So now we're set up in OBS, we're set up in VideoSom, ready to go. So just before the presenter starts speaking, we need to click on start recording in OBS Studio. But before we do that, let's just double check quickly that our settings are right. So we're going to click on settings. We're going to go over to output. We're going to check here on recording. It's going to show you where it's going to record. Recording quality, I'd recommend keeping it on higher quality. Recording format, I'd recommend keeping it on MKV. And encoder, this depends on what your computer has. By default, sometimes it's software X264, or if you've got other hardware, this is an option. So whichever one is default, I'd say just leave it there. It should be fine. So once we've checked this, that everything's okay, we're now going to click OK because we're happy. So now we're ready to go. So we're going to click start recording. And I'd recommend only doing this just before the speaker starts speaking. So start recording, and then we go over to VideoSom. So we've now started recording. We now want to start our video. So to do that, first things first, we obviously need to deactivate the camera, because the first thing that we want to display is our church news video. So we want to deactivate the camera so that we can see the video. So let's deactivate it. Let's play back. And as it comes to an end, I'm just going to reactivate my camera as I start speaking.
Hey there, family. Welcome to today's installment of the CHMI Church News.
So I'm now speaking, and as I speak, I'm going to pull up the various elements over here.
Bustle of day-to-day lives, and especially during the week when we're getting ready for work and stuff in the mornings, we neglect to spend.
So I'm speaking about From Heaven at 7.
The Word of God and with God. Well, here at Christ's Heartbeat Ministries International, we have the perfect solution for you, and that is our daily devotional video series, From Heaven at 7.
And deactivate the camera for it to display.
7 a.m. Central African time on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. And we would like to take this opportunity to invite you to join us for the live premieres of these episodes at 7 a.m. each and every day before you go to work, to get a short, encouraging message from heaven at 7 to kickstart your day with the Word of God. And if you miss the message,
and then we're going to bring the video back.
Of the videos remain on our Facebook page and YouTube channel for you to watch at a later stage. Calling all youth. Are you looking for something?
Now we're speaking about the youth, so I'm going to get ready with the Transformed Youth banner.
Friday night around the Word of God. Well, we would like to invite you to join us on the Transformed Youth Facebook page every Friday night, where we have our
and I'm going to pull it up in advance because it's not going to display on the screen yet because we've still got our video camera active.
Every Friday, and each week we have a new encouraging message from a different speaker from Team Transformed, and we would like to invite you to join us on those live streams so that we can see you, interact with you, pray with you, and spend time together in the Word of God. Calling all youth pastors out there. Are you perhaps a new youth pastor?
If we go back here, see, green screen still working nicely.
Well, at Transformed Youth, we have
background showing through.
Here at Transformed Youth, we have constructed a weekly video curriculum that we would like to share with you.
So I'm just waiting for me to speak about the contact details before I pull up the graphic.
10 to 20 minute messages.
It's already pulled up. All I need to do is deactivate the camera.
Message is accompanied by several open-ended questions that encourage discussion around the topic of the week's message to get you and your youth group speaking about the various topics. If you're interested in reaching out to us and being part of our youth curriculum and utilizing our youth curriculum, please do not hesitate to contact us via phone call, via WhatsApp, via
and now
email,
you can
whatever
see
is most convenient for you. Our contact
it's being displayed
on the screen right now. We look forward to hearing back from you. And if you're interested in sampling it, please feel free to go to the Christ's Heartbeat website, click on the Transformed Youth page, and you will see a 3-week sample of our video curriculum on there for you to test out with the questions. And if you like it, we'd love to send you more videos. Family, we know that in the Bible,
Bring the
Jesus
camera
calls us
back.
to go out and
We're now
evangelize, to
speaking
preach
about
the gospel
code-red
to all creation.
evangelism.
And many churches out there
So I'm
want
going to
to
pull
do
it
this,
up
but
on
are
the
unsure
screen.
where to
Yes,
start
over
or
here, but
how
it's
to
not yet on
train
our
your
screen. Why?
congregation
Because
in
the camera is
evangelism. Well, if
activated.
that's you,
So
you're
as I
in the
start
right
speaking about the
place. Here at
contact
Christ
details, once
Heartbeat,
again, I'm
we
just
have
going to
developed our
deactivate the
very
camera so
own
that the graphic will pull
comprehensive
up on our live
evangelism
stream.
training program called Code Red, and we would love to offer
So
this
once I start
program
speaking
to
about
you and your
the
congregation. So
contact
if you're
details, I
interested, if you
will
would be
then
interested in
deactivate the
making
camera so
use
that the
of our
details will
Code Red
pull up on our
Evangelism
video
training
feed,
program, please do not hesitate to give us a shout. Our
like now.
contact details are being displayed on the screen now, and we would like to connect with you, engage with you, and create an opportunity to be able to come and train your congregation up in evangelism. We must remember, family, that evangelism is not just a single event, but evangelism is a lifestyle, and that is what we teach your congregation to do through our Code Red Evangelism training program. Family, we know that we're
Bring the
living in
camera
challenging
back.
times with the COVID-19 pandemic,
Now we're
and this
going to be
has
speaking
negatively
about
impacted the
Cornerstone, so I'm
lives
going
of
to pull
many
up the
people.
graphic over
And the
here.
Bible tells us to
And as soon
help
as I
the
speak
needy,
about the
which is
contact
why at
details,
Christ Heartbeat
I'm
we
going
have
to
our welcome
deactivate the
vision,
camera to pull it
Project
up on our
Cornerstone
stream
Welfare,
again.
where we aim to reach out to the needy on a weekly basis to be able to feed them a nice warm meal, as well as feed them spiritually from the Word of God. If you're interested in helping the welfare efforts that we're doing by contributing resources or contributing finances towards our efforts, please do not hesitate to
Pulling them up
contact us.
now by
Our contact details are
deactivating.
being displayed on
They're
the
now
screen
on the
right now.
screen.
Please send us an email and let us know where you would be willing to assist us in this regard. Help us to spread the love of Jesus to the needy people around us. The works that we're doing need finances and need resources, and you can assist us in doing the work that we do by partnering with us in these efforts. And lastly, we would
Now
just like to
deactivate
celebrate the
the graphic
establishment
and
of
pull
our
back the
latest
video.
launch ministry, Ekwipt, as well as the success of our first project, which is the how-to video that you are watching right now. Family, we give God alone all the praise, the glory, and the adoration for all that He's done and accomplished in and through and for this project. If this message and this how-to video has been a blessing to you, we would like to
Now
ask
we're
you
going to
to
pull up the
please
banking
share
details
these
in a
how-to
second.
videos far and wide to help us get this message out there to
So I've got
whoever will
the
be
graphic
encouraged
ready,
by it
and I'm just
and
going
to
to
whoever will
deactivate the
be
camera
able
at the
to
appropriate
receive from it.
time.
We put a lot of time, effort, and resources into making this video possible and into making this video free, and we want to get this message out there, but we cannot do it without your help. Family, if you've watched these how-to videos and you've been blessed by these how-to videos and you feel led by the Lord to sow a seed into the ministry as a result of these videos, our
I'm going to pull
banking
them up
details
now,
as well as our
deactivate the
Snapscan
camera.
QR code are being displayed
They're
on
on
the
the
screen right
screen.
now. Alternatively, please
As
feel
you can
free
see
to
over
visit
here.
Christ's Heartbeat website and click on the Join Hands tab, where you'll be presented with the various options of how you can sow seed into the ministry and into the project that we've been working on. Thank you, family. Thank you for joining us for Church News. Enjoy the rest of your service.
And now
We'll
I'm
see
going to
you
bring the
soon.
video
God
back.
bless.
And I'm going to do the outro video. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to put it on a black screen. We're going to go back over here and we're going to click stop recording on our OBS, which means we've now officially finished our recording. Our recording has saved to our hard drive, and we can then use this video in our church service. Something that you can maybe consider is using a free third party or aftermarket program to possibly edit the video, to edit unnecessary bits and pieces at the beginning, at the end, but that's also entirely up to you. Okay, so now we're going to go and find our video, which by default has saved to my video. So I'm just going to pull up the folder over here, and there you have it. There's our video. So if I double click it, start recording, and then we go over to video. It opens up and we can check it out. So get on our screen. Why? Because and there you have it. Our video file is saved to our computer, and we can now play it back for our church service. So if I click on the video and drag it, just for interest's sake, to Video Psalm, this is how we would basically just play it back when it comes time to run our church service. So I'm just going to turn off presentation mode so the video will appear here. If I double click it, recording, and then we go over to Video Psalm and deactivate the camera so that the details will pull up on our video. And there you have it. You can see that it displays on Video Psalm. It runs during our service. And that is how we pre-record a video through Video Psalm, through OBS, using our setup. That is how we play it back using Video Psalm as well. So now that you've pre-recorded your video, maybe you've chosen to pre-record your entire church service, as I spoke about earlier, and you want to play it back on Facebook Live as if it were a live video? Well, there's a quick and easy way to do that using OBS. For that video, we don't need video sound, we only need OBS. So now that we're in OBS, you can see that everything is still set up from the previous video that we did. We need to change things up in order to play back a video live. So there's two ways you can do it. You can go scene and create a new scene, which resets everything over here, or you can simply create a new scene, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, instead of calling it scene 2, I'm going to call it pre-recorded video. And you can see we've now got a new scene. So now we need to add our video to this scene. So to do that, we're going to click on plus, and we're going to click on media source. And I'm just going to say, call it video. Now we need to browse for our pre-recorded video. So I'm going to click on the browse button, and here you can see all of our videos. For the sake of this pre-recorded video, I'm just going to choose the From Heaven at 7 1-year countdown timer. I'm going to click open, and then we're going to click OK. And it'll automatically start playing it. So we're just going to click pause, and we're going to pull that back to the beginning. Now, you don't need to do this yourself. I'm just going to pull this down a little bit just so that it doesn't blast your guys' ears out while I'm talking when we play it back just now. If I play it back now, you can see here that the video is playing. You can see here that the audio is playing, and you can also hear that the audio itself is playing. So that means everything's set up and ready to go for us to go live. However, there's something else I want us to do as well. I'm just going to pause this and take it back to the beginning. When doing a live stream, when you're playing back a pre-recorded video, anything like that, as we have with our church live stream, it's recommended to have a beginning and an end graphic, just to make it easier for you to stop and start the live stream. So I'm going to go and add additional scenes. So I'm going to add a scene. I'm going to call it opening picture. And we're simply going to go add, and we're going to browse for image. I'm just going to call it open. I'm going to browse for our image. I'm going to go to graphics, and there you can see I've got a beginning graphic, and I'm going to click open, open. Now you can see it's a little bit too big, so we're just going to drag it and drop it to pull it to be in our full picture. And we've done that. So now we've got an opening picture. Now we need to add an end picture. So I'm going to once again add a new scene, and I'm going to call it end picture. I'm going to click OK. And then we're going to add a new source, and we're going to go image again. We're going to call it end pic. We're going to browse for it, and you can see there's the end pic. I'm going to click OK, OK. And once again, we're just going to resize it to make sure that it fits nicely in our frame there. And there we go. Now we've got everything that we need in place to go live. Now it's easy enough to transition between these. All we have to do is click between the various elements, and you can see it automatically transitions between them. So I'm going to put it on opening picture to start out with, because that's the one that we want when we start our live stream. So to start our live stream, to play back our pre-recorded video, first thing we're going to need to do is obviously get ourselves connected and ready to go live. And the way to do that is pretty much exactly the same way we did when we would live stream our church service. Go settings, stream, get stream key. It'll open up a web browser, and it'll open up Facebook. Obviously, I'm logged into Facebook, so it's going to pull up the page. If you're not logged in, you'll need to log in. So once the Facebook Live Producer page is opened, we're just going to change it from timeline to a page we manage. I'm going to choose the CHMI test page. I'm just going to wait for it to load. We're going to give it a title, test, and a description, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to copy our stream key as we did previously. We're going to go back into OBS Studio. We're going to go there, Control A, backspace, Control V to paste it, and we're going to click Apply OK. Okay, so we're now ready to go live with our pre-recorded video. For this example, the pre-recorded video is just the From Heaven at 7 1-year countdown timer. However, you can literally play back whatever you want to as that pre-recorded video. You can play back your church news, and you can play back a recording of your entire church service from beginning to end. You can literally play back any pre-recorded message as a live video using this method. Technically, if I wanted to with From Heaven at 7, I could run every episode live as opposed to a live premiere, although it would just mean a lot more admin on my side. However, once a month on a Friday, I do in fact do a live message for From Heaven at 7, where I have a pre-recorded message. And then once the message is finished, I transition to a live camera where I pray for the people and stuff. And that is where these From Heaven at 7 graphics come from when I do those live videos. You can literally experiment with this, play with this, make it your own, depending on what content you have, what videos you have. The only thing I'd recommend having is, as important things as having an opening picture, an end picture, and obviously your pre-recorded content that you want to play back. And you can even play back more than one pre-recorded video. If you want to add a second pre-recorded video, you just hit there, add a new scene, and I'm going to call it pre-recorded video 2, add media source. I'm just going to call it vid. I'm just showing you this to you as an example. We're not actually going to use it. Go grab a video, and I'm just going to grab, for an example, the church news. And we're going to click OK. And there you have it as well. There's your church news. So you've now got two different videos, and the way to bounce between them is literally by just clicking on the scene. And as you can see, it transitions. So now that I've explained all of that, we're now ready to go live. So we need to make sure that our opening picture is in place and ready to go. We're set up on Facebook and ready to go. So first things first, in OBS Studio, we're going to click Start Streaming. And then we're going to go back over to Facebook. And you can see it's connecting to our video. And it's now connected. So we're going to click Go Live. And we're just going to wait. And as soon as it says end live video, we know we're live. So if we click play here, we'll be able to see the playback of it. So as soon as we're live, we now go back to OBS Studio and we start playing our pre-recorded video simply by clicking on it over here in scenes. And there you can see it started playing back. If we go back to Facebook, in a moment, you'll see it appear here. Remember, there is a delay between OBS Studio and Facebook. And there you have it. Now you can see Facebook is seeing it as well. They are watching the pre-recorded video that we've pre-recorded, pre-edited, and all these things, and they are seeing it as though it were in fact an actual live video. So I'm not going to go and play back the whole pre-recorded video just for the sake of time. I'm going to keep it short. So as soon as we are finished playing back our pre-recorded video and we want to stop our live stream, we go back to OBS Studio. And we simply click on our end picture. And it'll bring it in. That end picture will come up on the screen. If we go to Facebook, you're going to see it come up as well in a second. And as soon as you see it come up there, we're going to click End Video. End Video, End. And there you have it. We've officially gone live on Facebook and we've played back a pre-recorded video for it. So once we've finished going live on Facebook and we see this, we're going to go back to OBS and we're just going to say stop streaming to stop the stream so that it's no longer trying to upload to Facebook once we finished our live video. And there you have it. That's basically how we can use OBS Studio and VideoSom to create pre-recorded videos. The example that I've just shown you now is obviously a very basic open-ended example, but you can literally play with what I've taught you in this section however you want to create whatever content you want, and then to obviously take that content and use OBS to make it go live to Facebook as if it were in fact an actual live video. So I've taught you the basics and I want to encourage you to play around with it, make it your own. So this concludes this section on the pre-recorded videos. I hope that it's blessed you and encouraged you. I want to thank you for joining me for this section, and I want to thank you for joining me for this video as a whole, as this was the last section of the video. I trust that during the course of this how-to video, you've learned a lot and you've expanded on your knowledge of how to professionally live stream your church service. And I'm now going to hand back over to myself in the studio to conclude this video. Thank you, family.